Welcome to Concept with Justin. Begin with arrival. Picture the moment you step through the gate or across the threshold from the house. Rather than confronting a blank courtyard, you are met by a deliberate forecourt. A shallow change in level, a strip of pale paving, and a soft band of low planting that signals a different pace. See a short path of large, light-toned pavers set into gravel or ground cover, the joints planted with London thyme so each footfall releases a citrus note. Imagine two medium pots flanking the door, each holding a sculptural evergreen or a pleached small tree that gives vertical punctuation. The descriptive image is a framed welcome. The benefit is psychological and climatic. A composed threshold slows movement, cues the body to relax, and immediately starts cooling because reflective paving, green surfaces, and evaporative plants reduce radiant heat at the first step. Let your eye follow a gently curving path that becomes the courtyard's spine. Rather than a straight line, imagine a route that narrows and widens, a stepping stone run through ground cover to evoke intimacy, a broad stone landing that becomes a social node. Visualize where the path hugs planting beds, where it pauses by a bench, and where it edges a small lawn or gravel court. This path organizes movement and invites discovery. The image is choreographed circulation. The benefit is functional clarity. A well-drawn route reduces trampling across plantings, creates predictable circulation patterns, and encourages slowing and lingering as you move through the space. Think in terms of rooms rather than an open plano. Picture compact, layered spaces arrayed around the path, a shaded lounge against the house, a sunlit herb bed for morning harvests, a small soft grass patch for barefoot paws, and a kitchen garden planter within easy reach of the back door. Imagine each room defined by a subtle change. A low retaining edge that doubles as seating, a switch in paving material, or an overhead trellis that marks transition. The image is nested chambers. The benefit is multifunctional order. Distinct zones let different activities coexist: reading, cooking, play, quiet, without conflict, and make maintenance and watering zones simpler to manage. Now picture canopy and layered planting as the primary instruments of cooling. Imagine one or two modest trees, an amelanchier, a small maple, or a pleached hornbeam, planted so their dappled shade drapes the courtyard in the heat of day. Where planting large specimens is impractical, envision large container trees or a pergola with fast-growing deciduous vines that create a green ceiling. Beneath, layer mid-height shrubs and blocks of perennials, then low mats of aromatic ground cover. The descriptive image is a green ceiling and textured understory. The benefit is thermal moderation and comfort. Canopy intercepts solar radiation, evapotranspiration from leaves cools local air, and a layered understory reduces reflected heat from hard surfaces. Texture and repetition bring calm to a compact plan. See sweeping drifts of 3, 5 or 7 identical plants, a band of lavender beside seating, waves of carex along the path, clusters of nepetal near steps, interspersed with a few sculptural focal points like a Japanese maple or a group of tall grasses. Use coarser leaf plants at touch points, hostas, phormiums, and fine textured species in background drifts to encourage depth and movement. The image is a textual duet. The benefit is legibility and low maintenance. Repetition simplifies plant lists, reduces pruning complexity, and creates restful sight lines that knit the courtyard into a coherent whole so it reads as one composition rather than a jumble. Containers are essential in courtyard design because they give immediacy and flexibility. Imagine groupings of pots in different sizes and materials, tall corten cylinders for vertical emphasis, glazed earthenware for warmth near seating, and shallow terracotta troughs for herbs and succulents. Arrange pots in odd-numbered clusters and vary heights so they create rhythm and focal points that change with the seasons. Pots also allow deep-rooted species where soil depth is limited and enable easy overwintering of tender specimens. The image is portable sculpture. The benefit is adaptability and instant impact. Containers permit experimentation, let you alter composition quickly, and give you access to plants otherwise limited by courtyard soil conditions. Scent should be choreographed to reward short visits and daily rituals. Picture lemon thyme in paving joints, a rosemary standard by the bench, a jasmine trained on a nearby trellis, and a small pot of mint near the kitchen door so a passing hand always encounters aroma. Water has an outsized effect in small spaces. Envision a shallow reflecting bowl on the side of the court that catches the sky and cools the air above it, a narrow rill that traces the edge of a bed, or a modest bubbling urn close to seating so its soft murmur is audible but not dominant. Even a tabletop bubbler placed in a cluster of pots adds humidification and sound. A larger option, if space permits, is a modest plunge pool or sunken basin that enlarges the sense of sky and provides real evaporative cooling. The image is aquatic stillness and motion. The benefit is multisensory cooling and acoustic masking. Moving water raises local humidity slightly, lowers perceived temperature by evaporation, and the gentle sound helps mask distant traffic, making the courtyard feel quieter and more private. Surfaces and paving matter as much as planting. Visualize pale, low thermal mass pavers that reflect light rather than absorb it, warm timber decking close to seating for barefoot comfort, and permeable gravel or compacted grit in less formal zones so rain can infiltrate. Wide joints planted with moss or low herbs soften the edges between paving and planting. The descriptive image is tactile ground plane. The benefit is thermal comfort and hydrology. Reflective surfaces reduce radiant heat, while permeables enable stormwater recharge and prevent runoff, feeding soil moisture for the planted beds. Shade devices, both living and built, expand comfort. Envision a deciduous pergola above a dining area that shades in summer and opens to light in winter, a retractable sail for midday sun, and tall potted specimens that act as portable screens. Combined with tree canopy, these elements create layered shade that reduces temperatures without blocking breezes. The descriptive image is flexible shelter. The benefit is adaptive comfort. Combining permanent and movable shade lets you calibrate light and wind for different seasons and activities. Irrigation and water management should be efficient and mostly invisible. Picture a zone drip system for beds and pots, separate microsprays for the lawn, and a moisture sensor tied to an intelligent controller that skips watering after rain. Capture roof runoff to feed a modest rain barrel that supplies pot irrigation, and design planted swales to direct excess water into beds where it can percolate. The image is invisible plumbing. The benefit is resource efficiency and plant health. Targeted irrigation reduces water use, encourages deep rooting, and keeps maintenance predictable and low effort. Biodiversity is a high payoff choice even in a small courtyard. Visualize nectar-rich planting strips, salvias, echinacea, and native perennials, mixed with grasses and seasonal bulbs. Include a small native patch or modular planter for local wildflowers, a shallow birdbath set under cover, and a log pile tucked behind a screen for beetles and amphibians. Avoid broad-spectrum pesticides and create habitat layers that support predators. The image is habitat compacted. The benefit is ecological resilience and joy. Diverse planting attracts pollinators and birds, which beautify the courtyard and provide natural pest control, enriching the sensory experience and supporting local ecology.